Hello everyone. For those who have not met me, my name is Charlie T. Davis, and I would like to welcome all our new 6th grade teachers to my presentation. Our principal, Dr. N.O. Good, asked me to give on workstation creation, or some refer to it as learning stations or learning centers. Now, I have decided to show you how to plan an interdisciplinary unit workstation that will meet our young adolescents' developmental needs and interests. These stations will respond to the needs of all learners and incorporate them into our differentiated classrooms. We must make sure we address a variety of learning styles, multiple intelligences, special education, gifted and talented, and our ESL students. Now, our first 6 weeks workstation is on the Trans-Siberian Railway. Now, I was able to plan a workstation interdisciplinary unit that will meet our young adolescents' development needs and interests. I was able to incorporate history, math, reading and writing, and science into the stations. The history station will research the history of the Trans-Siberian Railway. The math station will measure the distance between cities on the Trans-Siberian Railway. The reading and writing station will read stories from a book on the Trans-Siberian Railway and write a report. And our science station will graph the high and low temperatures of the cities along the railway. Now, one of the sections the books are going to include over the Trans-Siberian Railway, the math course, history of the people of Siberia, and the revolution. Now, our TEAC objectives and proposed assessment method for subject areas will be on your unit plan on my double T chart. We are doing the TEACs for 6th grade English, language arts, and reading, math, science, and social studies. You will find a lesson plan of my lesson objectives and what I use to assess. Now, each of our stations, we're going to develop 6 questions for each of the 6 levels of balloons, and this is going to be for your lesson unit plan. One of the questions could be, describe what happens along the Trans-Siberian Railway throughout history. Can you distinguish between miles and kilometer as you measure the distance between cities on the Trans-Siberian Railway? What questions would you ask of the author of the book on the Trans-Siberian Railway? How was graphing high and low temperatures of cities along the Trans-Siberian Railway similar to graphing the same in the United States? What would happen if you lived back in March 1891 and worked on the Trans-Siberian Railway? And what changes to the story on the Trans-Siberian Railway would you recommend? Now, the learning objectives for all subject areas in our workstation would be make a timeline of the Trans-Siberian Railway, write a summary report on the Trans-Siberian Railway, construct a model to demonstrate your graph of the highs and low temperatures of the cities along the Trans-Siberian Railway, devise a way to demonstrate your measurements of the distance between the cities along the Trans-Siberian Railway. Now, you're going to find a copy of my lesson plan enclosed with the material. Time's not going to permit me to read my whole lesson plan. This lesson plan will meet the needs of our differentiated students. As their teacher, you will be able to analyze our students' content, identify major concepts, and important details they are learning. Now, here's some of the list of the materials you're going to need for the workstations. The teacher is going to need, of course, a textbook, graph paper, computer, and overhead. The students in their workstations, they're going to have the textbook station, they're going to need graph paper, a computer section, trade books, art supplies, pencils, English to Russian dictionary, toothpicks, paper mache, paint, cardboard, a diary, ruler, and paper. Now, the cross-curricular activity for our workstation and project on the Trans-Siberian Railway, some simple activities in our workstations that will help students build a greater understanding of the Trans-Siberian Railway. Language, learn a few words of Russian. Ask a Russian speaker to visit the class. Use a translate site or visit the library to find out English to Russian dictionary. Art, make a model of the Trans-Siberian Railway using toothpicks, paper mache, paint, and cardboard. History, make a timeline showing the development of the railway and its influence on the Russians' development. Culture, learn about Russian culture, find out about dress, food, clothing, politics, make a poster, PowerPoint display, or give a presentation about an aspect of Russian life. Geography, do a research project on the geography of Russia and how the railway helped modernize and shape such a massive and varied landscape. Values and personal reflection. Have them write a diary entry sequence for maybe a convict working on the railway in the late 1800s. How do you feel? What do you see and hear around you? What do you think about your lot in life? What are your hopes and dreams for the future? Now, we need to make sure our workstations do the following. Number one, topic is broad enough to allow multiple opportunities for learning. Number two, workstations address instruction for all learning styles and special programs. Number three, workstations are easy to interpret and all elements are so clearly written, labeled, and drawn that students could complete their appropriate tasks with no questions. Number four, presentation of the workstation is clear and professional. Overall concept and details are easy to understand. And number five, workstations are to be great for our differentiated classroom use. Now, I honestly believe that you as new teachers will enjoy teaching this lesson and doing the interdisciplinary unit workstation project that will meet our young adolescents' developmental needs and interests. Thank you for your time and attention.